very early. Okay, look everyone, I'm Nikki Hudson, the Careers Engagement Manager at Chartered Accountants Australia, New Zealand, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here today. I am based in the Christchurch office and cover the South Island in terms of connecting with students and really informing you all about what a career is in business and accounting, and the resources and initiatives that we have at Chartered Accountants Australia, New Zealand. So we have lots of opportunity for you to really enhance your skills that you are learning at university and really forge your way forward in terms of your career and gaining experience in the workplace. So today I am going to share what that is all about. We'll start off with talking about who we are as an organisation. I will start by sharing a video. Now I do want to see whether you can hear that video. So at that time I will ask for someone to respond in the chat box. And we'll look at the strategy of CAANZ, who our members are, why become a chartered accountant, and then looking at what steps you can take after you've completed your university qualification to actually think about becoming a chartered accountant. We'll then look at very quickly the capabilities that are important for the future of a future accountant. And then we'll look at what you can do now to stay connected with us and remain up to date. That's our student affiliate program, and I will share a link in the chat box for that now, just so that you have that when I'm talking about it at the end. We do have applications open for an Achiever program, which is an intern program. They're open now and are open until the end of this month. That's where you can, if you're a penultimate and final year student, you can gain really valuable work experience either through the winter or in the summer period. We are sponsors of student societies. I'll look at who they are at UC. And then, you know, there's an opportunity there at the end to ask any questions, which I encourage. So just going to share the link to our student affiliate program so that you've got that for reference when we get to that at the end. But that's an amazing program that that you can all sign up for. It's free to remain connected with us. So first and foremost, I'll start with a video, and please let me know whether you can hear this.
There's a difference between good and excellent, between hoping we can do something and having the knowledge, perspective.
Great, thank you.
To know we can. A difference between applying a process and applying the highest standard of ethics, integrity, and accountability to everything. Between completing a task and being genuinely aligned around contributing to public good. Chartered accountants live these differences every day, all over Australia, New Zealand, and because the contributions we make to society are so important, Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand, we're here to help you shape the profession of the future, guide the communities in which you work and live, and be a difference maker.
Okay, so that's a really, really good video around what our members are, those difference makers, and we want you to know how you can also join the community of difference makers. So Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand, we are a membership body and represent over 28,000 members, predominantly here in New Zealand and Australia. However, our members are throughout the world. We are one of 10 leading accounting membership bodies who's part of the GAA, the Global Accounting Alliance, and that enables our members to have that global reach and network to source information and ensure that we are up to date with global standards. We are connected to the Chartered Accountants worldwide, as well as seen there on the slide. Here is our strategy on a page. Our purpose is to support our members to make that difference in the communities in which they live. We're committed to advancing the profession through high ethical standards, delivering world-class services and education, and advocating for the public good. How we do that, so this is our strategy to 2025. We have divided this up into 5 key pillars that you will see there at the second line. And then how we are doing that under each of those. So sourcing talent for the future and being that adaptive organisation, ensuring that we are a sustainable future is a really important part to what we do, and the team that I sit on, being the careers engagement team. All of which is on this page is underpinned by our values: collaborative, integrity, diversity, accountability, and grow. We live these at Chartered Accountants Australia, New Zealand, and likewise our members, and then our charter as well, which you can see at the bottom there. So let's look at some of our members here and the diversity that, that you have as a member of Chartered Accountants Australia, New Zealand, and that of a CA. So you can see here by the 4 profiles that our members do range across many sectors. So we've got not-for-profit there with World Vision. Then we've got public practice, being PwC, global firm, Iconic, and then also Microsoft, so financial controller there. So various positions as well. And we'll just go to the next slide, which also shows the specializations that are available to our members. So, you know, as automation comes through with all professions, this enables, you know, advancements through the accounting profession. So we're seeing like forensic accounting as a specialization that we now have, environmental accounting, and the likes of audit and assurance, management accounting, taxation, and so forth. So there is great opportunity in terms of where our members work and can choose to work with the advancements that are noted now and will continue to be across the profession. So let's look at why, so where you are now, so why consider to be a chartered accountant? So what does it mean? As a member, you are part of a network of bright minds and trusted partners in business. So in terms of being part of the GAA, that provides that global reach, and then that unique skill set that our members attain through undertaking the CA program, but also once you become a full member, it is that continued growth and development that is incredibly important to maintain your membership and your professional skills to keep abreast of those changes. So, you know, that unique skill set coming out of the CA program is that ability to make strategic decisions in a fast-paced changing world. To really be able to understand data and then to collaborate, to then communicate that in a clear, understandable way to your clients and others in your community. To work as a team collaboratively and to hold a high standard of you know, quality, and then also ethics and integrity as well. to solve complex business problems and have that exceptional grasp for business and the technical skills that that come along with that. So it does enable that global reach. So beyond, you know, across the globe and, you know, Australia and New Zealand as well. So the steps in terms of becoming a CA. So it is by completing an undergraduate degree as your first and foremost, and we have accredited papers and courses that meet the prerequisite requirements for the program. Once you have completed those, you then complete a membership form called a provisional membership form. It's all online, 6 weeks out from looking at your first subject, and then you would enroll into your first subject. And then the program itself is in 2 parts, being the academic and then mentored practical experience. And it's bringing those 2 components together to ensure that you've got the confidence and competence to then practice as a CA and have the skill set desired to be making those decisions that are expected. So looking at the program, and this is based on research that we've undertaken around what are those key capabilities that are required for the future across the profession. So we have 7 core papers or subjects that would need to be completed. And then there is the electives. So these electives enable you to specialise in an area of interest or that is aligned to what you're working in within the workplace. So starting off with ethics in business, 2-week paper before progressing into one of the other core papers, and you can see those identified here. For some of the papers, you would need to complete, for instance, risk and technology before you then undertake audit and risk. And all of this information is on our website. You can select one of your electives. So there's 7 electives that we have, just namely assurance, tax, data analytics, and insights, strategy and performance, financial modelling, advanced financial reporting, and sustainability for accountants. So this is where the program enables those specializations and fitting to those new specializations that are coming through as we adapt to the changes with automation and AI, etc. Wrapping that all up is our final core, being integrated chartered accounting practice. So our core papers are, apart from core 1, are 8 weeks in length, with the final week, the 9th week, being your high stakes assessment. That high stake assessment is an exam in some cases, but not always. That assessment is based on how we can get the best learning outcomes from the subject that you're undertaking. And again, more information on that is on our website. Coupled with that academic part of the program is the mentored practical experience, and this is where you are under the guidance of a mentor who is a member of CAANZ or another membership body, which is part of their criteria, and they are there to support you and guide you to meet the competencies required to be a full member. And that is over a 3-year period. So once you've completed both components, the mentored practical experience and the academic part of the program, you then have your mentor signs you off, then you're a full member of CAANZ, and we have an amazing ceremony which is deservedly to recognise your achievements at that time. Up until now, I've really talked about the accredited papers that you're completing through a accredited tertiary course, which is there at University of Canterbury. However, if there's anyone on the call today that may be specialising in a different discipline other than accounting, or has an undergraduate degree but would like to think about accounting and finance as a profession, then we do have CA Foundations program whereby you can undertake the core papers and meet the prerequisite requirements, and then have that assessed by our assessments team. So actually what qualification you've got, have it assessed, and then undertake this program, which is totally flexible, has many, so 6 exam periods throughout a year, so that you can then start the program as well. But our assessments team can provide more information on that. Now, I wanted to showcase some research that we have done, which links into the new CA program and aligns to the future of the profession. So first and foremost, you can see here on the slide a diagram which shows the what is really important in terms of so future employability is important in terms of being successful in the future. So so our technical skills absolutely underpin this, but the employability skills, and from here we see it as soft skills, is incredibly important. So that ability to communicate, to collaborate, and to critically think and analyse, to be solving those complex business problems is really important. But also having the right mindset, so that growth mindset, you're hungry for continued development, is incredibly important in the world that we are working in and live in, with the pace of change that we experience. So knowing this, we undertook research and developed the capability model, which you can see here, and is divided into 4 main domains, and it enables a structure for our members to then to progress, continually progress their careers from graduating from the CA program, and it identifies where they can focus. There's a tool that we have where they can assess where they're at and where they want to be in the future, and then set goals and ensure that that growth pathway is continuous throughout. So it is really important now, I think, to be aware of this. There are 6 core capabilities that are important across all career stages, and I think, as students, you can start really working on those, because that will give you a really good base in terms of actually being aware of them, but also starting to think about how you can start demonstrating your capabilities and skills within those areas. So the 6 key capabilities are ethics and integrity, critical thinking and judgment, adaptive mindset, communication, collaboration and relationships, and problem solving and decision making. So, just by example, that collaboration and relationships, starting to think about your professional network and, who it is that you can have a conversation with, in business, and who do you know in business, and where do you want to work. All those things are, will help in terms of growing your capabilities for the future position of an accountant. We have a dedicated student portal, U Unlimited, and this is really good place to come in and understand more following today's discussion. We have members profiled there through articles and videos. We have many events that we host on campus or within the region, and you'll see those advertised on this site, and lots of advice and tips on whether it be setting up your LinkedIn profile, what questions to ask in an interview, what are the top 5 attributes that a graduate employer is looking for, etc. So that portal is there, and by signing up as a student affiliate, you will have into your inbox information on all of this as updates come through. At the moment, applications are open, student applications are open for our intern program, the Achiever program, and this is a really good way to start gaining relevant experience to be a future accountant. We have a winter intake and also a summer intake. So the winter intake is through June, July and August, and the summer is November to February. We have employers who are registered on the program, ranging from government organisations to corporates to public practice, who really want to develop their, develop graduates into their future success as an accountant as well. So this is a way of starting that journey for you. So let's look at the actual process. So you've decided, yes, I would like to apply. You submit your application. There is a recruitment process that you will go through, and this in itself is a really good experience for you. So this is facilitated by a partner, ReadyGrad, who are specialists in grad recruitment. So by applying, you then will go through stage 1. And this is so dedicated for penultimate and final year accounting students. And so first of all, that is what they will look at. So in terms of their eligibility, are you a penultimate year student or are you a final year accounting student? And if so, and you're a student affiliate, so you do need to be a student affiliate to be eligible, then you'll progress to stage 2. That is an online application. So put that in, and then and that application window is open until the 27th of March. Then stage 3 is the psychometric testing. So it's cognitive ability assessment and then behavioural assessment, all online, and that will be done between the 1st and 11th of April. You get through that, then there will be video interviews where you'll be asked questions under a timed video. You submit that, and there, where there is, where you get through that, then we'll ReadyGrad do a matching process where you are matched to our employers who have registered for the program. The employers will then do their selection. Where there's a fit, we'll progress through to an interview with the employer. And where there's success there, then an offer will be placed for the winter cohort there. So placements, end of June through to the end of August. So that is a fabulous program to be able to give you some really good experience. At UC, we sponsor these 3 societies, and through those sponsorships, we host events whereby you will learn from members and their experiences. Also, it might be how you can utilize your social media to enhance your personal brand, just by example of what we can do there. But I encourage you to link into these societies and keep abreast of what activities and events are coming up, whereby you can hear more about Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand. The Student Affiliate Program, shared the link earlier. This is a fantastic way to keep up to date with updates more broadly across the profession, how you can build your professional network through our various events. And then, you know, we have the Initiative Achiever Program, gain that experience, and career tips, meet others who are in the same position. And, you know, I highly encourage this. It's free, it's simple to sign up, and it's all online. And it's a fabulous way to really continue your development alongside your study at UC. We're across all the social platforms as seen here, and there's also the URL for our website. I'll keep that up on screen for the moment. I'm very happy to take questions at this time, whether that be through the chat box, or you can take yourself off mute as well. Okay, so what is the best way to organise a mentor? In regards to the CA program, I'll take this question as so that is. So within the organisation that you're working in, it would be speaking with your manager there to understand who is a member, and then whether they would you know, be there to be able to mentor you through the program. So first and foremost, start by having that conversation within the organisation, and we always advise that it is best to have someone who you're working alongside with, who can then see what work you have been doing. I've been applying for the graduate programs. Would that work? So you've been applying for the graduate programs, right? So to gain a graduate position, I take that. So that's great. Absolutely continue applying for those. Would really encourage, yeah. So in terms of, would that work in terms of organising your mentor? Yes. You know, start by having those discussions internally where you secure your graduate position. Okay, Hazan, so when does the application for winter cohort program open? So the applications for the winter cohort program are now open, and you can let me give you, actually I'll stop sharing my screen and I will pop in the chat box a link to the Achiever program site, so you can have that application link to the applications there. going to share a link in. Okay, so there's a link just shared in the chat box for where you can read more about the Achiever program and also how you can apply. So also keen to know a bit more about the same. Okay, so specific roles in terms of what is available through the Achiever program. So we have across all regions in New Zealand and in Australia. Roles vary from being in practice firms. So when I say a practice firm, an example is so there's BDO, you may have heard of, Grant Thornton, and then also in corporate, the likes of Fulton Hogan, Shane Thompson, so ag businesses. There's Fisher and Paykel, and then some district councils as well. So in the Nelson area, there's so Tasman District Council are on board. There's more Markhams, so various opportunities across public practice to government to the corporate firms as well, Ensco Foods. Yeah, so that's an example or some examples. We are hosting an event on Monday as part of the campaign. And this is a great opportunity for you to join and hear from those organisations who are on the program. So we'll have some national firms presenting, and then there's an opportunity to come into a breakout room, either for the South Island or the North Island, and hear from our regional employers who, and then after they've presented, there's an opportunity to ask questions and that will give you some insights as to what opportunities and also, yeah, what opportunities are available across the profession, and, you know, thinking about what might be a good fit for you as well. So you can register for that event via that link that I have shared in the chat box. So I encourage that to be, encourage that one as well. Great questions, everyone. We have also student reps on campus. So they are available to ask questions of, and we do come into class and present. So that's another opportunity to, you know, I'll bring the reps in to then, following those, to have your questions answered afterwards. Any other questions? Look, everyone, it is been a really good opportunity to connect with you all virtually, and very much looking forward to being on campus when we can safely, and then sharing more information. It's incredibly important to be able to have good information there for you, to then be able to make your decisions as you go through your education journey at UC, and then your pathway into employment. And we're here to support you along with your academics and career services people on campus. So I just see another question in the chat box. So what are some more of the expected qualities of a candidate? Really good question, actually. So this question will be a good one for the event on Monday night, to be asking directly for the employees, because they all have, I'm sure, different expectations as well. But there are some key capabilities that we identify through the recruitment process for the program. And communication is one, that ability to work as a team, and being able to plan. So think ahead and what's important and prioritizing, and being able to collaborate, because we know that means greater outcomes and good outcomes, to be able to collaborate with a diverse group as well. So that's some qualities that I know are important for graduates in the time that we're in. First year student who studies accounting and international business. I wonder, does any of these would apply to me and other classmates once we graduate? Okay, so yes, absolutely. So it's really good as a first year student to be here, and understanding. So if I'm thinking about the Achiever program, great that you're here, and gaining an understanding of the opportunities that you have ahead. It's showing that you're proactive and really invested in your future, which is fantastic. The student affiliate program, absolutely, sign up and know about those events and what when they're at, because starting now to build your relations with employers and members and us, is really, really good. Then when your time to actually apply for the Achiever program, just by example, you've made some connections, and you're demonstrating those really good qualities of being proactive and showing that initiative. So absolutely, as a first year student, and also understanding what are the accredited papers that you need to do to complete at the University of Canterbury to then meet the requirements of the CA program. That's really important. And those papers are all on our website, but I'm just thinking I can actually put a link in to the chat to direct you to that page as well. I've just shared the link there for the entry requirements for the CA program. How would you describe the general culture? How would I describe the general culture of the organisation? So I can speak from a CAANZ perspective, being the organisation that I work in. So look, the ability to grow and learn is absolutely, you know, vital within our organisation. We are here to support our members and as difference makers, and to be able to do that, we also need to be demonstrating that as well. So that's important. The collaboration and to be working together is key for us, and for any organisation in that regard. So we're all striving to meet the purpose of the organisation, to be the to provide world-class experiences for our members and members that are coming through like you all. So to do that, we need to collaborate, we need to be working together to be growing ourselves, and to have good leaders who are also along that journey. So but on balance of that, you know, having ensuring that our own well-being and is looked after, and that the organisation does incredibly well, and to be inclusive of you know, people from all different you know, backgrounds, be it specialisation or you know, in that regard, actually, I'm just thinking as an organisation, we have many teams. So we have an education team, we have an advocacy team who are out there supporting the profession for the greater good of their society. And so that comes with different backgrounds. And then we have a regulation team which ensures that that ethics and integrity remains and the quality of our members remains. So we have a member support team who puts on events. So that whole and what we're the various teams that we have, and bringing it all together so we're all working as one is really important, and that's certainly something that the organisation does well. And I think, you know, when you're going for or meeting with employers, you know, understanding what organisations, you know, what is working, and why they're there, what's important for them is important for you to know, so that you understand where that good fit is. Environment is important for your learning and professional journey as well. I've really enjoyed these questions. It's really good to ask, and gets me thinking, and hopefully sharing some good information through to you all. I know that you know, there's some really good support there on campus, and I'm sure you can connect with your career services team, who can provide some really good support in terms of preparing for interviews and connecting through to employers. So whether it be online or, you know, where you're at. So I, you know, being in your first year or fourth year, doesn't matter, you know, do think about those resources that are there, having discussions with your academics and peers too, you know, those are really valuable, and you learn so much through those. No problems. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you virtually. And as mentioned earlier, we look forward to being on campus and meeting in person. And remember our event Monday night for the Achiever program, a student affiliate program. Highly recommend signing up to that to keep up to date. And we will be coming into some lectures as well to present more on the program.